Well, in your career or business, it's always good to find a good work-life balance and a solution. And I'm with Amy Richardson of Richardson Professional Solutions.
Mhm.
And you found one, I guess, right around COVID time or just before.
That's right. I had my son in November of 2019, right before COVID happened,
Hmm.
and I transitioned out of working in higher education. I was working at the James and Hull College of Business at Augusta University, and then I launched my business in January 2020, right before everything kind of happened, and the rest is blissful history, I suppose.
That's awesome. And so I'm envisioning you with baby in tow. Did you say James?
James, yep.
Okay, James, your son, and maybe doing a little bit of work on the computer and working with a client. Is that how it kind of started?
It did. So I had an infant literally strapped to me, working on the computer while he was sleeping or standing at the bar in my kitchen and working. Yes, lots of phone calls with a baby attached. So
And parents can really always appreciate that, especially the last couple of years, Zoom calls and then the dog runs through or what have you and the distractions. But then something unexpected happened, I guess, with clients.
that's right. So the need for what we offer ended up being much larger than I anticipated. It was a little bit of a whirlwind the first few months, and around June or so of 2020, so I had only been in business a few months, I got to a pivotal point in my business where I had to decide if I was going to start turning away potential clients because I was out of bandwidth, or if I was going to, ooh, scary, bring on my first employee. So
And how did that work out?
I decided to go big or go home, as they say, and I hired my first employee, Amber, who has now been with me over 2 years, and she's my lead bookkeeper and absolute rock and all-star of my team. So
We're continuing with Amy Richardson, richardsonprosolutions.com, and we'll get into some of the a variety of services in just a moment. But first came James, then
Yep.
came Amber,
Yep.
and then several more.
that's right. So we grew really quickly to a team of about 12 within a year. Not full time. I was utilizing a couple of independent contractors to kind of help me fill the gaps. But we have scaled back down to 7, just about full time, a core team right now. So
Wow. And is James still in the carrier, or how does that work now?
absolutely not. So he turned 2 back in November, and he is 100 miles an hour all the time. I recently invested in a light off of Amazon that says on air. And so when I'm in a meeting that I don't need a toddler in my lap, I sit that on the edge of my desk where everybody can see that when they come upstairs to make sure that, I'm not in a meeting with a CEO and a toddler in my lap.
Right.
So
And you have help in terms of childcare because you still work virtually.
I do.
As do your employees. And I just think it's such a wonderful small business story. And again, work-life balance, which is fantastic. And again, it's richardsonprosolutions.com. And when you go to the website, the key takeaway for me was you take care of the back office. How would you define a company's back office?
right. So everything behind the curtain, we say, but anything but taxes. We don't do taxes. We're not CPAs. I can refer you to great ones in town, but we can do anything from bookkeeping to social media marketing, email marketing to writing blogs for you, project management, event management. Again, anything but taxes. So.
Anything but taxes. That's fantastic. So now we're more than 2 years in.
That's right.
You're breathing.
I am.
Okay. Where do you see the future going? Will there be a point where you'll have to make another decision? Do I turn away clients? Do I grow again? What do you think?
Well, the way that I have structured my business is I wait until we are almost bursting at the seams to then grow again, because I want to make sure that if I bring someone new onto my team, that I'm able to honor their skill set and their time by having work for them, right? And it also makes good business sense. So we just got to that point recently again. I was spending way too much time after hours trying to keep things going. So I knew that I was getting to the point where I needed to hire someone new. So I recently hired someone that I worked with at the whole College of Business. Her name is Peyton. So she just came on as my new communications, marketing, public relations team member. So I'm very excited to have her aboard, not only because that's going to help give me some breathing room, but she's going to be able to bring a skill set that I don't have. Things like working with nonprofits, doing grant writing, that she'll be able to offer our clients.
And for those one-man bands or company owners that are watching, why would it be a benefit to hire a company like Richardson Professional Solutions?
So if you are feeling like you don't have enough time in the day, or you have a moment where you say, I haven't seen my grandkids in a while, or I haven't been able to go to a chamber meeting in months, what is it that's important to you that you currently don't have time for? We can take some of those things off of your plate as a small business owner. So if you're wanting to get a certification or go back to school, you want to travel more now that things are opening back up, or you want to spend more time with those grandkids or even your kids, depending on what stage of life you're in, we're trying to help you make time for what matters, right? Make more time in your day and have time to just be part of your business and instead of having to spend all of that time in your business. We can take care of all those things that are kind of in the weeds, so to speak.
Well, the best way to get started is to go online. Really is a very impressive website.
Thank you.
That I would have thought that you employed 100 different people, not 7. But very, very impressive with a list of very unique services you might not think of that might fill the gaps for you. And the website address, again, is richardsonprosolutions.com. And Amy and I will be back to chat over the course of the next several months. And congratulations on the juggle. You're really doing well. Thank you
so much.
Yes, sir. Yes, ma'am.